Hmm. Yeah, my MP saingine pia nyinyi mnatuangusha. The farmers out there are crying. You would rather be nameless or just be reckless than to be stupid, right? Why would you pick a name that is stupid? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, good people? My name is Tunashira, and this is Trending Jamhuri on TC TV1 USA. TCTV1 USA. A show that brings you the what you must not have missed that is going on at home. We begin with the story of the fake fertilizers and the CS who did not get impeached. Manze bana. What's up, guys? What's up? How do you put up a case that week? Eh? Do you know how many farmers will not have a harvest this time? Do you know? Do you know how many people put seeds on the ground and they will not harvest? And that coming after the floods, a guy, bana. And then you guys put up a case like that. Anyway, I predicted it. I saw it coming. I knew, listening to the submissions that were going on in that committee thing. I mean, that guy was not going anywhere. I am not suggesting that he is culpable. I'm not suggesting that he is guilty. I'm just thinking that if you decide to put up a motion to impeach someone, the hell go get good evidence, right? And then stick to the terms. I mean, these are legal things, okay? So when that committee is set up, it is given quasi-judicial powers. In other words, it's like a prosecutorial sitting, where investigations is carried out, you interrogate the person, and if you find them culpable, then you actually pass judgment. And the decision that you take is respected out there. Okay, so what I understand is that after the parliament passed a motion to impeach him, which had an overwhelming number, 149, I think, to like 39 or something like that. So the next thing is take it to that committee, because that's a procedure, If this is decided, then now create a select committee, an ad hoc committee, to now prosecute the matter. And whatever the decision comes out of that committee, if they decide he's going to be impeached, then that matter is brought back to Parliament, and Parliament, makes a vote. Okay? And if that committee decides this person is not going to be impeached, that story is over. Okay? So the mover of the motion, by the time you're actually presenting someone to Parliament for purposes of impeachment, needs to have sufficient grounds. And it's all a question of evidence against the statutes. Like, if you are caught with this case, then this qualifies for impeachment. But what did we have? Apparently, guys went collecting storos from sijui wapi, the past, sijui you have 39 other cases before this one. How relevant was that to the impeachment? So anyway, CS Linturi is officially not impeached, but someone still needs to compensate the farmers. Someone needs to be held to account. Someone, whoever it is, whether it was the cereals board or it was Kenya Bureau of Standards or whoever it is, somehow someone needs, and not one, anybody and everybody was involved. I mean, we've seen the police do a good job. The police finally found the killers of the blogger from Chuka, a sniper. They can do it. I believe in Kenya Police. I believe in the Ministry of Interior. I believe in the capacity that they have to actually bring to book whoever is involved. We've seen those videos. We saw what was being sold. Yeah, those don't exist in vacuums, and it's just a question of following the money trail. And somehow someone is going to be caught. Anyway, yeah, my MP saingine pia nyinyi mnatuangusha. The farmers out there are crying, and everybody needs some seriousness. And do you think the Kenyan parliament is failing the farmers and the people that elected them by putting forward impeachment motion that is not working? you would rather be nameless or just be reckless than to be stupid, right? Nameless, Nameless, the artist that we know, teamed up with a guy called Reckless, okay? And they released a new song that is called Nitabai. Umeisikia? Nitabai, right? This came shortly after Willy-P. Willy-P released his album. Yeah, a 14-track album, I think, that had some 2 songs from before, that he has done with so many international artists. So it's a collabo of Willy-P with so many other big artists across the globe. Good effort. Although we don't get to feel, a lot of the input from those people, because I mean, if you know Willy-P, you've listened to his music, there's somehow a signature. You kind of feel like you know this song. It sounds like Willy-P, so there's a signature to it. So when you release an album, you're kind of listening to the same signature tune by the same artist for too long. For me, I said I'm feeling like I'm chewing gum. I don't know what you think, but that's how I felt. Like I listened to those tracks over and over, and I kind of started to feel like I'm chewing gum because I'm already familiar with this style. And so when you didn't kind of let the other artists, influence the music that, he did with them, you kind of feel like you're listening to Willy-P. It's new music, but you're hearing the same kind of tone coming in. So that's how I feel, that he took a good risk to involve as many international artists as possible, because anytime any of those artists is playing, they are gonna play the music that they are doing with Willy-P, which elevates him. And I believe there's a lot of money that has been spent on this. So I mean, it's in no way to belittle the effort and even the network and even the capacity to actually attract these people and convince them that he's good enough for them to work on collabos, because all those artists, many of them are bigger than him, so for him to, ni kama yule mtoto amenawa mkono na ameenda kwa king na amekubaliwa kuketi kwa ile meza. So you see, that's a good thing. So for that, kudos Willy-P. But the risk with releasing an album, and I stand corrected, this is just my feeling, the risk with releasing an album is that all this music is released to the space all in one go. So if I go by the things that we've observed in the past, if you guys remember when Kiss started, I think that I don't listen to it anymore, but you would start to hear a certain song that is new play over and over and over and over and over so many times that in a week's time, you don't want to listen to it anymore. Does that click? Does it mean something to you? If you release an album, so people are going to listen to it like over and over and over and over. And in a week or two, they probably don't want to listen to it again. I think that was a risk. And I don't know how it plays out. Maybe that hype is going to die down too fast, and then it is going to hit some, level which might be sustainable. But these are just my thoughts. I think it would be more strategic to even release 2, and then after another 2 months or 3, actually give it 3 or 4 months. I would give it 4 months. After 4 months, release another 2, right? Another 4 months, release another 2. You saturate the market with your sustained presence at a hype level, not hitting 100 today and then in 3 days or 1 week you're down to 40, and then now you sustain it at 40 going 30 and probably 20. For me, that doesn't kind of feel like a good idea. But anyway, do you think Nameless and Reckless's song big hit or a big miss? And what do you think about Willy-P's album? Why would you pick a name that is stupid? Picking a name that is stupid reminds me of this school. I think it was in Casey that had a name that meant the tail, you know. And apparently, it was said that all the performances from that school in the national exams was just poor, you know, that the name reflected its performance, you know. So I don't know. I don't know. I think they changed the name of that school, maybe, you know, and maybe that's how it stopped being the last one because it was always performing like hiyo ndio mkia, yani hiyo shule ilikuwa inavuta mkia tu kila wakati because they gave it a name that is bad. Anyway, that's not the big story. The big story is that an artist called Stupid Boy, that name, an artist calling himself Stupid Boy was at crosshairs with Dr. Ofweneke. I think that is TV 47. He was demanding to be paid so that he can be interviewed in that media house, and si aligusa pabaya, bro. Eh? So this guy says he's not going to show up to an interview with Ofweneke because he's not being paid. He wanted to be paid to appear. I am not privy to the details, whether it was like just getting fair or if there was a certain amount that he expected. I don't even know. I don't know of an existing rate card that determines that, you know, if you're inviting someone to a media house, you pay them this much. I don't know that. I've never heard about anything like that. So let me just say this. At every stage of growth, everybody is younger than someone who is up the ladder ahead of them. It is those people's hands, the ones that are higher, that you need to stretch out to, and they can elevate you, they can pull you up. Okay? And no one, at any time, don't be lied to that umefika. No. You need that other hand to take you to that other level. Now, Stupid Boy could certainly use that kind of hand. The media house needs the artist because the artist has the content. Okay? But then the artist also needs the media house because the media house has the platform to market you and also has the networks. They could get you endorsements from the people that, you know, advertise with them. So when the call or text establishing the agreement that there will be an interview comes through, it doesn't matter whether it's coming from you as the artist or it's coming from the media house. As long as that call has been made and yes, you both agree that we're going to have an interview, then right there pops up another important thing: mutual respect, you know, because then under the agreement, you've said, yes, I'll come to the interview. Under the agreement, the media house knows they have slotted you in for that particular time. So there's that, mutual respect that you both now must honor, that you have an agreement. Okay. So I feel it's a good time that someone went ahead and spoke to Stupid Boy because that would help, right? It is important for me to mention that some media houses are well established, okay? Some media houses have production budgets for different shows. There are some shows that might not be mature enough, or they've not grown enough. Let me use the right word. They've not grown enough to have enough sponsors that they have a budget for production. And so they may not even compensate you. Of course, if you're coming to work late, if you're coming to the interview at very awkward hours, for instance, if it's an interview that is happening late night or very early in the morning, some of these programs will actually facilitate you. So someone might tell you, okay, so I'm going to fuel your car, or I'm going to get you a cab, or I'm going to send you some money that can afford you a cab so that you can be there at those times. But if it's an interview that is happening day hours or daytime, you just walk in and, do your thing and go back. Sometimes a media person might be able to appreciate you just even out of the pocket, not because it's a media house's budget, but he might tell you, hey, mazi umenipatia time fiti kwa hii interview, wacha nikudunge kafero, unajipata umerudi home. So that is how to go about it. So if, for instance, at the point of this call or text or conversation, it was not promised or it was not discussed or it was not mentioned that you're going to get any compensation, then, I mean, stupid boy, show up. You can't turn around and start demanding for money. And it was not spoken about or it was not promised. Where did you get the expectation that there was going to be money for you to be paid? Media houses don't pay people to interview them. And when it happens, like I said, probably a program has a production budget. But even then, that is conversed about, that is spoken about prior. So you can't just, like, at the time that you're supposed to show up, just decide I'm not showing up, and then maybe unapigiwa simu unaulizwa umefika wapi, unasema by the way miss kuji ama mnanikanja mangapi. Stop it, man. Stop it. Having said that, I want to flip this coin. On the other side, Dr. Ofunike could have come out less combatant, you know? Dr. Ofunike Bana, you're senior in this industry. I met you a long time ago. I don't even think you remember. The first gig we did with you, Pale Sarova Stanley. Yeah, a long time ago. It's a long time ago since you got into the industry. And you've done pretty well for yourself, and I commend you. Last time you came to the US, I was around. We were not able to meet. You had like a very, very busy schedule. You remember the Hello Gorgeous that you came to in, I think, 2019? We didn't meet, but I was around. It shows you that you've gotten to a certain level in the industry that, you know, you're an authority. You're a father. Okay. So, and of course, by you even rising to the point that the media houses are now giving you the jobs, you know, that tells you that you've grown and you've gotten there. You are a father, okay? When mzazi baba, okay? So I don't feel like you are in the right place to cast a spell on Stoopid boy in the manner that you did. I mean, you came out too harsh. You came out ranting, screaming at him, you know, words and sounds that made it feel like he will never make it. It's like you are cursing him, man. It's like you're spelling doom for him, like he will never recover. He will never know this. A guy, these are young people, Bana, that are just starting out, okay? They need fatherly advice. They need someone who can, you know, elevate them or put them in the right place. It would have been different if you just like calmly spoke to him and told him, yeah, you know, this is not how it works. This is how it works. But not going out there and, you know, warning him out in the media, in front of cameras. It's like you're casting him out of life. Bro, be a dad. Easy, take it easy. Okay? Yeah? Give the fatherly advice. Na zile fatherly advice. Unajua kuna fatherly advice ingine nilisikia imetajwa mahali, lakini sina lawyer. Kuna fatherly advice ingine nilisikia imetajwa mahali ilikuwa ipeanwe. But that's another story. Anyway, I've observed some of these rather uncalled for, larger than life treatments by some of the media personalities, you know, and it just leans very, very closely to what was going on, akin to the image that Circuit, Yule wa Manyage, all sizes, the one that he created about DJ Pinye. You know, if you followed that beef, it kind of tells you of a very larger than life kind of media personality and a very small, tiny artist here trying to make it. But then the guy up there can't play easy with a young, small, little person trying to grow. Anyway, kwangu mi nasema tujengane, right? Tusiwe na haya mabaya mengi hivyo. You know, I mean, everybody can make a mistake, right? Stupid boy was probably not informed. He's just stupid. Someone said. No, but anyway, pun intended. Choose a different name, first of all, so that we don't think you're stupid when you make certain expectations known to us. Like we when we see that someone says this is just stupid, and then we start thinking, oh, no wonder you chose that name. Anyway, I'm just thinking, tunaweza jangana bila kuumizana. Do you think Stupid boy was just being stupid. Do you think Dr. Ofweneke did not become fatherly enough to give the right advice and he was too harsh to this boy? All right. So this is Trending Jamhuri. My name is Tony Shira once again, and it's been a pleasure being with you. Keep it right here, Trending Jamhuri. We keep telling you the stories that we find happening in Jamhuri that we think you in the US should know. Subscribe to this channel, share, and drop your comments.